Hi guys, welcome to the SSA YouTube training page, and today we're going to be talking about foam rollers and the art of foam rolling. So what we got is different types of things you can utilise to foam roll. Otherwise known as myofascial release, which is a really posh name, but it's basically like giving yourself a self-massage, and it helps to keep you loose, help to keep the muscles nice and loose, prepared and flexible. Now, your standard foam roller is this long one here, but they've evolved to be a lot shorter, which is a lot more pliable and for the average person a lot better. Generally, with a type of structure, you have a really quite soft structure, but this will not last you that long. Or you have a slightly harder structure, which will last a bit longer. But likewise, the standard foam roller generally won't last long if you're using it daily. Another very common type of foam roller, and still relatively cheap, is the grid roller, which is this foam roller here. And it has little grooves and grids to help you apply your muscle around it and help break down any scar tissue you may find. Another one is the rumble roller, which is this foam roller here. And it has, notice it's got lots of spiky bits to get deep inside the muscle, to really get in there. But I wouldn't recommend using that for the back. There's a fourth main type of foam roller, and that basically vibrates as a vibration roller. So it's like a standard foam roller design, but in the centre it will vibrate to help break down that scar tissue. They're a little bit more expensive. Now, if you guys are interested in this, if mum and dad's interested in this, there's affiliate links down below where you can buy these particular products. But don't feel pressured that you have to buy this product. It's not saying that you need to buy it. Don't feel pressured into buying it. But if you like to, there's a link down below. Now, if you find it too expensive, or you don't particularly want to buy one, although I would recommend buying one, you can utilise a water bottle, or, and I don't recommend you drink this necessarily because it's quite unhealthy, Coca-Cola bottle, which is a little bit harder, but it might be just a wee bit too hard for the average person. Now, utilising our standard foam roller, I'm now going to show you the basics of how to foam roll. First of all, we're going to start on our calf muscle, which is this muscle here, this group of muscles here under the leg. And what we're going to do, we're going to put it underneath our ankle. I'll go this way to show you as well. So this is what we do, we want it underneath the ankle, and we're going to almost underneath the knee. So as we foam roll, we get the whole range of the muscle. That is what we're aiming for. And to get in deeper and to hit the muscle at different angles, we're going to change the angle of our leg. Like so. Now what I'm showing you is the basics, very much the basics. And of course we can change the speed as well. Making sure we get full range. Naturally, once you've done one leg, you'll then go over and you'll do the other leg. Like so. This is for demonstration purposes, so we're not going to do that. The hamstring is very much similar to the calf. What we're going to try and do is likewise get from almost underneath our bum to just underneath our knees to get the origin and the insertion areas. So the origin is up north of the body and the insertion is down below, if you like, lower south of the body. And like before with the hamstring, it's a similar action. So we're going to get forward and backwards. Hamstring is this part of the thigh. Forward and back, getting the full range of the muscle. And we're trying, if we can, to get as much or as little speed as possible, and the angles, we're changing that as well. Speed and angles, remember that guys? 2 points, speed, angle, and length. So once you've done your hamstring, getting the speed, angle and length, we're now going to do the back muscles. Slightly different, what you're going to do, you're going to lean on your foam roller, like so. And we want to get from the bottom to just underneath our shoulder blades. And it should look like this. Now what we can do to get more, or open up our back, is hold our shoulder blades. And that should open up the back, the shoulder blades a little bit more, so we're able to get all those muscles that are under there. Now likewise guys, don't forget speed, angle and length. So when we're doing myofascial release, we want to get different angles of the back like before, trying to get different muscle groups. And with this one, it's important that you don't use the rumble roller, or I recommend you don't use the rumble roller. Quads. A little bit different. We're going to go on our front. And what we want to do, I'm going to utilise the left one to show you. We're going to go onto the foam roller to one side, and basically we're going to move backwards and forwards like before, different angles, different speeds, and we're trying to get from just above the knee to almost the groin area, almost what we refer to as the hip flexor. We're not doing the hip flexor, we're getting near it. And we want to move backwards and forwards. I'm going to go this side so it looks a little bit easier to see. Backwards and forwards, and I'm going to go at slight angles. So we want to get backwards and forwards and changing the angles, making sure we hit those muscle groups. Making sure we get the whole side of the quad. Now once we've done the quad, we're going to do the IT band on the side, which for quite a lot of people, it's quite a sore and tender area because it doesn't get stretched that often. So what you do it, you're going to go sideways onto the foam roller, hands on the ground, this is quite an intermediate one, and you're going to roll back side to side, like so. You can put your foot in front, foot behind, depending on what you prefer. And we're aiming, like before, to get the whole of the IT band, which is the whole of this muscle group down the side here, which in theory is part of the quads, but it doesn't often get stretched that much. So if I go sideways on this way, so we can see, like so. And for me, I'm finding that a little bit tender as well. So what we're going to do now, final one, we're going to do the glutes. Now, to do the glutes, you need to sit on your foam roller, half and half. So this is my right hand side, here, hello, right hand side, and I'm going to stick it on the left hand side of the foam roller. And what I'm simply going to do is move side to side, trying to get that side of the glute, and then naturally I'll go over to the other side. Now what I can do, to make it a little bit harder, this is an intermediate move, is put one leg on the top like so, and that way I can get more in there, deeper. Now it's important to the glutes, which is basically your bum muscles in athletics, because that's where quite a lot of your power from sprinting comes from. We've got to keep flexible the posterior chain. Calves, hamstring, glutes. That's where you get quite a lot of power, and quite a lot of athletes get injuries in those areas. So it's important that we stretch, important that we work on the posterior chain, but also important that we foam roll it too. Mobility and flexibility is important in sport. Guys, I hope that really helped you out there. If you want more information, subscribe, give us a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.